Awn yn 2019, at sefat y togol yn adaf dy chlanien efo clych bal cosio, se am y skip y bal cosio Rossvale an y drocha geniesbig, skippen yn ban y steachug. Agus bacon y stewi 3 bliana, han y bod yn eich y pwchtig son ffaing suas gan SWPL.
3 years ago, the question was asked what our plans were, and our plans were to have a women's team. So we worked hard to get that women's team. It was nearly up and running. We were ready to go, and then COVID struck. So we had a tough period at that point, keeping these players because we weren't in any league at that moment. Nothing was confirmed. A lot of teams were interested on the players that we had, but fair play to them and with the work of the club, we kept those girls. And then the great news came that we were accepted into the championship. The reason, when I spoke to you 3 years ago, it was a women's team, but could it be a recreational team? But the quality we brought in, the girls that were showing an interest, we had to go a step further, and we created a team that was good enough for the championship.
Mick and I's view always was that the pathway would need to be there for the girls. I think the big decision for us was whether we went down that development route into a more recreational women's side of football or whether we should go for the professional element. The challenges within that is that within the professional game the criteria is very, very strict compared to the recreational side. But the quality of players we had, we decided we had to go down that professional route. And it was a challenge. There's various criteria regarding coaches' qualifications, standard grounds and everything else, but we managed to achieve that. Well, we're very much new kids in the block. Coming in, nobody really knew much about us. We've been a community club, we're not attached to any professional men's club, but we surprised a lot of people, I think. And the achievements that the team achieved last season was outstanding. You know, to get second place, to lose unfortunately in a playoff Tees 5 to go up. It gave us all an appetite and showed us the potential that this squad and this club can actually achieve by going forward.
It's been staggering, and that's for all the people that do the work behind the scenes. There's a lot of, we're all volunteers at the end of the day, and the commitment shown by people within the club has been absolutely excellent. Because when you interviewed me 3.5 years ago, we had 70 girls in the academy. We had no women's team. At this moment in time, we've got over 200 players in the academy. We've got a women's team who's competing in the national championship. We've created that pathway so that girls can go and play football and reach their goal.
As Joey gaf cawl ymach a artigach sŵs gan SWP Lega yn teisyn sy'n chai, who can skip a Julie ni sherry as daim ar art coach. Le ewl as farsingach awn yn game yn ban, but fys eich gysyfat gyda Rossvale kerst gi.
Ultimately, I got a phone call from somebody that I kind of used to work with at Celtic, just let me know that they were looking for a manager, and asked if I would be interested. I came up and met with the guys here, and within about 2 minutes of speaking to them, I thought, yep, I absolutely want to come here. So I think where the club want to be and where they want to go, you know, that was the most important thing to me. You know, they did very well last year. They were absolutely fantastic, and just missed out on obviously getting to the Premier League and the playoffs, and you know, and to hear them say that that's what they want to do, and you know, so it kind of matched everything that I want to do as a coach, as a manager. I want to go and coach in the Premier League, and these guys just totally matched that. So it's one of those things. I think you come to a kind of championship club and you're not just quite sure of, you know, the talent that we'll have, but you know, coming in the first training session, I went home absolutely buzzing because the girls were just fantastic, and you know, first and foremost, they're all brilliant girls, and I think that's really important at a club like this. But you know, we have Premier League players playing the Championship. There's absolutely no doubt in my head, and it's, you know, I think we'll try to do the right things to get them playing where they should be. So, and we've managed to add in, you know, 5 or 6 absolutely brilliant additions to the squad as well. And you know, I tell them every week they're Premier League players, and it's up to us now to go and make that happen because they're absolutely fantastic.
Son Jim agus Mick, she root the leaf awn gan skipper, Julie ein mar art coach.
Julie's been absolutely outstanding because there's one thing that we're an all-inclusive club, and when Julie showed an interest of coming on board, it was a no-brainer because the experience she brought, developing kids, because she came from Celtic's 19s, and I might be wrong, but I think we're the only team in the National Championship with a female manager, which is great. And going back to that, we're trying to promote the girls and women's game, not just on the pitch but off it, because at every age group we've got a female coach.
Julie's a major coup for this club. She came from Celtic's under 19. She produced a lot of players to go through at the first team, and that's what we need to do. Currently there's about half a dozen of the under 18 squad have actually played for Julie this season at various times, and that's something we will look to do, as well as attracting outstanding talent from out with the club. We need to develop and nurture our own talent, and that's something we've got every confidence Julie will do going forward.
Y ganyan na núnia gadaach go cálag, a an crew agus Amas Rossvale is cluichadar in a hálag vo im a gáte, agus an skipper I fast-fat na húnia.
So I joined in January 2022, so kind of midway through last season. As soon as I got here, the girls were brilliant, all of them very welcoming, the intensity was brilliant, training's been good. Obviously we had a change of coaching staff, coming into this year, which I think has only been for the better. It's they've all been brilliant with me, positive, and yeah, it's just a really good environment to play in.
To be honest, I've never heard of Rossvale before, but obviously they're very, very new. And when I came in, I was blown away about the coaching opportunities, the pathway, everything about it's brilliant. Obviously training at Petershill's great, good location, and yeah, the facilities are brilliant, coaches are brilliant. There's a big support from the higher up as well. Like I got a message from Michael Docherty, you're talking to him before he even joined, being like, welcome, really happy to have you. So just felt welcome even before I came in, so yeah.
So the aim's always been promotion from the get-go. So we finished second in the league last year, just narrowly missed out in the playoff. Again, we're sitting second in the league just now, so still pushing for that. That's obviously a real pull factor coming here, get the chance to play in SWPL2 and possibly beyond. So yeah, that was a real attraction to coming here.
Le skippen yn ban yn y steigde gysarfachalla, ha Amas yn ac yn clwb eith fatters o'n barach ianw, eith agus far na parke.
We've got a real appetite after last season to drive this club forward. We've got the backing of the club, the main club. Recently the club became a charity. What that should enable us to do is actually go and seek further funds, major grants, which we'll look forward to. Because one of the biggest challenges we've got is we're here and we're happy tenants at Petershill at the moment. The ladies play here. Rossvale's a club need a home. And as a trustee, and I know the club, we're doing that, we're speaking to local authorities as well to see what arrangements we can make there, because the club has grown, beyond anybody's dreams. I mean, on the ladies' side, when we spoke last time, we have over 3 times as many girls playing football. There's over 800 boys and girls playing within the club now. We need a permanent home, and that's what we're going to strive to do, and that's a major challenge for us in the coming years.
Han skipper y giri ein sŵs gan SWPL ga. A chast ag y clwb ha yr son y genw cyndio gyda'i arch a hawn far fel y clychiad yn y ffain polachus yma chas y gêm. Agus ag yn ynawm y leisach ag yn sgil yn achga.
We've added a lot this season in terms of experience. Julie's came in and brought some girls from Cumbernauld Colts. Last season we were so close, but I think maybe it was a blessing in disguise to have more development and maybe be more ready to go up this season. So that's the aim, we're close. We're sitting second as of Sunday after beating Renfrew. So yeah, we're just working hard and we're excited about Sunday.
So we have got quite a big squad here, I think 23, 24 maybe, but everyone to a player is fantastic, ability levels all round, it's everyone pushes themselves, there's competition all over the park, which is what you're wanting. The training sessions are really good, everyone wants to push themselves. We've all got the same goal, we all want to get promoted, so every session we're here, we're working hard, pushing ourselves to be the best we can be. And yeah, the team spirit, it's very, very good. You'll hear it in the changing room before a game, you'll hear it at the start of training. They don't stop talking, so yeah, it's fantastic. It's a fantastic team to be a part of.
I hope it can go up. I hope it can go to SWPL2 this season. We've got high hopes, and then Julie's an amazing coach and we feel like that's possible with her. Not that it wasn't possible last season, but I feel like we're building something special, so as far as we can go. Teams have done it in the past that have came lower down and made their way up, so why not us?
Agus son a hwle ding a hand saas, trefyd chomor a hawn gyfil yn skipper na banach Rossvale ac wrth criach iddyn schleer. Son a ciet yn jaclani yn oca, a clycht ac na tra iddyn.
Oh, it's really important. We've been down a couple of times to the younger sessions, you know, the 8s, the 10s, the 14s. You know, they're all very excitable. They love coming to our games on a Sunday, and just for them to see where the women's team is now and where they can get to in the future and beyond, you know, beyond Rossvale, it is fantastic. And the number of girls that are here, it's exceptional for this club. As you said, there's hundreds, there's loads of age groups, multiple teams at different age groups as well. But yeah, it's an absolutely brilliant setup.
It's great, they come in numbers every week. We've got our mascots and stuff, and they're always talking away to us after the game and saying how well or not well we've done and stuff. And yeah, no, the under-18s have been good, and it's nice to see all the young ones come. So yeah, it's been good. We know names and stuff, and they sponsor, the under-8 sponsor Rachel and someone else. So we've got that kind of togetherness even on that kind of front. So yeah, it's good. We feel like a one club throughout the age group, so it's good.
Yeah, absolutely. That's massive. I mean, I've been around the women's game long enough to watch. You know, I was there when Hearts were just starting out, and I look at where they are now, and I just think, you know, and if you look at Hearts and their youth system and things like that, it's just fantastic the amount of girls that they have in and how successful they are at every age group, and that's ultimately what we want here. You know, we want people from the local community, but we want to attract the best players as well, so it's getting the balance of that right. But I think having a successful women's team is kind of paramount to getting kids in and knowing that this is the place to come and play their football. And I think with the atmosphere around Rossvale and from everybody who runs it, I think I think you're right, this is the place for girls to come and play. So we're going to try our very best to go and make sure that we have a Premier League club for them to go and play in.
In the past, we've actually had girls coming through the academy that's actually played in Celtic's first team, Rangers' first team, Glasgow City's first team, because at that time we never had a women's team. Now we've got a women's team. We're not saying we're as big as these three, but our aim is, how no, we've got ambition. We've got ambition, so in 2 or 3 years' time, can we get girls through the academy that will be entering, playing for Rossvale in the SPL, so they don't need to go anywhere else. So we're creating that pathway, but a good pathway at a good level.
Yeah, very proud. I mean, tonight I was up with the tiny tots, as we call them, the 4 and 5-year-olds, with a first team player, with an under-18s player. Mick and I are up there every week just now, and we will continue to do that. We'll continue to give girls a platform to play football at Rossvale, from 4 or 5-year-old right up to a women's team. But we want to create a facility for girls to continue to play football for Rossvale and enjoy it and be part of the club. And that's our ethos, and will continue to be.